my tea. Did I look cute? I don't think today I made an effort. Ooh, girl, look at me. The beauty is me. Oh my goodness. I need more society. I don't give it. I'm rebel. My friend Mary, send me one of these more. My friend. I need my friend to send me some of this shit. Because I need more of this shit. Okay, let me make some tea. Just a silent. Okay, I'll take this. I remembered. Take this to work. It's getting cold. It's starting to get colder and colder. Hi, my love. I know. I was kind of. I'm meditating. Today is Thursday. Whoa. Whoa. I'm making my tea. Just getting ready for my morning. I just woke up. I think I had a good day. I just woke up. Preparing my day for work. It's Thursday. My tea is boiling. Oh, I forgot to put some tea leaves in my tea. Caramel. Caramel tea. Okay. Hi, Eric, my love. Nice to see you again. It's a bright new Thursday. Today we're talking about worry. Worry. You know, I was thinking the other day to myself, and I thought, loneliness exists in the mind. Outside of the mind, there is no loneliness. If you're lonely thinking about your life, your situation, like loneliness exists in that. Like me and my worries and my responsibilities and all that. But outside of that, loneliness does not exist. So for example, let's say there's a single mom somewhere on this planet. It's only her and her kid. We don't know her name. We don't know where she lives. She could be living in India, in Africa, in the US, somewhere in the bush, right? And we don't know about it. And you're like, oh wow. For a moment, you're like, oh, I'd be compassionate with her. I don't want to hang out with her. I want to do things with her. But obviously, we don't know about her, right? So that thought of loneliness or of somebody else being lonely, first of all, it exists in our mind, right? It is in our mind, but it is true there is somebody out there probably living that kind of a life. So that's another reality too. that there is somebody else who doesn't know about us and what we are thinking about their situation. And they think in their world that that's their only situation, like they are the only ones in that situation. So in their mind they think, oh, I am all alone. In our mind we are like, oh, that must be sad, I wish there's something I could do. So but in both situations, the person thinking it and the person living it both are lonely, but it's all in the existence of the mind, because outside of the mind there is no loneliness. Outside of the mind, outside of me thinking about my situation and my life and everything, outside of it there is vibrancy, there is life, there is joy. And once you realize that, you don't want to go into yourself too much. Like, that phrase that people use, they say it's all in your head. Like, you don't want to get in and all in your head all the time, because that's where, like, loneliness thrives. Outside of that, there is no loneliness. It doesn't thrive. It doesn't exist outside of that context. So when you find the right people to share things with, you know, then you don't get to go to that place in your mind, and then there is no loneliness. And for me, being a woman, I know women can just about share anything. Women share anything. Before, when there was HIV, like, it was like a big thing. People actually did not used to die from the AIDS too much, but it's the loneliness that came with being given a death sentence, being in a situation where you feel like other people don't understand, right? And they won't sympathize, and they'll shame me and all that, right? And so when people are not given that room to express themselves and express their situation, guess where they go to? They go inside of their head, into that place in your head that has been marked as a lonely place. And when they do that, it starts eating them up in the inside. So we want to avoid, for our mental health, we want to avoid that situation. Learn to have a heart to heart with people. It could be your boss. You're like, hey, man, because this is like a situation for me. Like, I know I'm gonna have to talk to my boss. I'm going to talk to him about, like, hey, man, I need a pay rise. Like, I need more money. Like, dude, I'm barely making it. Like that. Instead of like going into a place in my head where it's like impossible for this situation to even work, I'm just going to go and share it with somebody who can actually solve a problem. Maybe something you need to talk with your accountant or your boss, or or maybe you need to talk to your boss about it, your parents about it, your teacher about it, your doctor, your psychiatrist, your therapist. Something like, it's nice to share. In Christianity, there's a lot of sharing, right? Like, you see, like, good old Christian movies. There's a lot of sharing, sharing your problem. Like, what you're going through. And that's why we have therapy. That's why you have therapy, because sometimes somebody said, a problem shared is a problem half solved. You can share your problem with somebody, like for example, like my situation. I said, like, I'll share my financial situation with my boss and be like, hey, I'm barely making it. Is there a way that we can do this situation, make it a little bit less dramatic for me? You know, um, like have a heart to heart, like, hey, like sometimes you want people to see you, to be vulnerable, and for people to see you as a human, because we like to put labels on people. We will put like, you're an employee, you're a nurse, you're a mom, you're a father, you're blah 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 blah. We go on putting labels on people. That way we are not emotionally invested in who they are. That's what I noticed. But when people are vulnerable and they bring us to the level of human, the human that we can identify with, the pains of being broke, the pains of not being well, the pains just like, oh, this person is just completely human, the pains of forgetting something important, the pains of, um, messing up, falling, stuff like that. When people see that vulnerable side of us, they can relate with that. They can relate with that. So it's so much so that they advise, let's say, like, you're going somewhere and you need help, like drop something. And the act of dropping something and being vulnerable, like you have to pick it up, or else people just cannot relate with you. Um, like people can like even when I'm a recruiter, and whenever somebody is interviewing with me, the first thing I want to make them is comfortable. So I do share something about my day that was weird or awkward, and then they're like, oh girl, now I can relate with that. And there is that vulnerability that breaks the ice and makes people feel like, oh, this person is vulnerable, this person is just like my grandma or my best friend, or this person is just like, okay, this is a safe place. There's that vulnerability when you share with people. And so that's why I'm asking, don't let the labels that life gives you, don't let those labels be your prison and cause loneliness. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I hope you do. I hope you kind of at least get what I mean. Don't let those labels take you inside of your head and take away your vulnerability and take away your ability to share some personal things about yourself. I'm not saying go gossip and share your information with everybody. Be strategic. Share, but be strategic. No need to come to me and tell me about your financial situation and I cannot help you with your financial situation. I'm not your boss. I can give you a pay hike, um, like, you can go talk to your therapist if you're having a hard time. Don't go tell your friends all of your business, all of your marriage problems, everything now, like we are being vulnerable. Girl, don't. Big stuff like don't. But share your life. Be strategic though. Be strategic though. Some people don't have any tact. It's like a lost it's a lost cause for them. um yeah, that's kind of like my spiel this morning, because loneliness, when we dive into loneliness, it's the biggest threat to your mental health, because loneliness causes stress, and stress is the number one killer. So if you want to understand mental health, um, obviously I like educating people on mental health. Hola, Jessie, ¿cómo estás? I'm taking peptides, collagen peptides for my hair and my nails, because I'm a beautiful woman. I decided it's easier to be a beautiful woman than to be an ugly one. So I wear makeup. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, so you'll be like, this bitch. Fine. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I learned my lessons. Being ugly doesn't pay bills. And let me turn on my lights. Siwezi kukuacha mikuku, siwezi acha kujivumilia mimi nijivumilie. Eh, eh. Okay, I have messy place here. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. It's a little bit messy. Whew. Now we can talk. And I sip my morning coffee, my morning tea. I don't take coffee no more. Coffee did a number to me, a number on me. Let me see if I wear a filter. That is, God, look at that filter. Better. Ooh, look at that filter, man. It's so weird. Let me see this other one. Oh, that one's cute. Uh-oh. Let me see this one. Okay, I don't understand this one. Uh-oh. Let me see. These filters are like... This is like I'm kissing myself. Mwah. Mwah. That's so funny. Oh, that looks like I'm in a disco doing some disco lights. Okay, I like that one. This one is a good one when you're having like a party or something, like pretending like there are lights. Let's see, mirror side. Ooh. Oh my God, these filters are terrible. Okay, let's do makeup. Okay, that was makeup. The lenses. Oof. I am coming for you. Remember this, okay? I am pure evil. Okay, this one reminds me of Tina Turner. Oh God. I'm your best friend. I love you. Ooh. That can be a good one for a black girl. That one's cute. This one's cute for a black girl. Jesus. Okay, let's go back to real life. That was a lot. Okay. To be honest, today I didn't have anything prepared for this live. So I'm just sharing my thoughts. I know right now I'm a mental health guru. The reason I decided to do this, is because, there's a time I felt like, you know, life would be easier if I wasn't here. And then I was like, oh, maybe I take a few pills and I analyze myself, that would be great. And then, then I had this vision. It's funny how in your worst moment you have visions. Like I had this vision and I could see my family like like on their way to bury me, the sadness. And I was like, okay, maybe this is not what I want. I just wanted an easy way out. I didn't want to cause pain on other people. But I discovered good mental health. Mhm. It's always nice to live to see what's next. Like what's going to happen next. Find out. Kind of like let's find out what's going to happen next. Maybe your problems will go away, maybe they won't. But I'm a big believer in troubles not lasting always. Like at some point life opens up for you. At some point life will be like, wait a minute, we've already done enough damage to this person, let's give him a break. At some point life will be like that. Life will be like, wait a minute, let's give this person a break. That's when, like something you've been waiting for just appears and you're like, I wasn't even thinking about this no more. I've already given up. And life be like, well, you had. And I decided, well, like life is like that. You can give up on, finding a job, a career, or whatever, and you're like, okay, I'm done. And then life will be like, knock, knock. Oh, this is what you've been looking for. Somebody walks in the door, they have an opportunity, or you get a call, or you look at something in the newspaper or the magazine, or you're swiping on the internet. And you're like, oh, bitch, what's going on? It's lifing. Let me fold my clothes while I'm doing it. It's lifing, My stockings. Siwezi kujivumilia mimi nije kunikuvumilie wewe. Oh, oh, oh. For me, I grew up in so much poverty that I decided I'm not having kids in poverty. I would rather not have any, because that was too much. It was too much poverty. The thing is, I think I bought the pantyhose that I bought. I think I made a mistake. I think I should have bought like larger ones, and these medium ones are kind of like not going all the way. Like they're not like, oh, you see how they start here? This should be like here. So I just feel like they need to be up a little bit, but I can live with that. Yeah, I think this one are particularly short, but this happens when you buy things on the internet. They don't come out sometimes the way you planned. This too much. Love it. Valley Android at Valley Android says your presence is poetry, skin like midnight velvet, eyes that hold galaxies. It's my love. Thank you. Thank you, my love. Okay, I bought these cute things, and I got this from Shein. 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 Let me tell you, if you buy something from Shein, it might take weeks to come, but it'll come. So, just so you know, baby, it'll come. Everything you're waiting for in your life will come. Just be patient. If there is really this one lesson that I never ever like really got when I was younger, and if I understood it, it could have helped me so much, was to be patient. Just wait. Just wait and see how God works. Because when you're young, you don't understand how God works. You don't. You you even think you even think that God doesn't exist when you're young because you don't know how he works. You're like, wait a minute. But the thing, when you're not patient with the promises of God in your life, God blesses you in stages, right? In life. He blesses you when you're young with good health, laughter, stuff like that. And when you're in the middle, when you're in your adulthood, he will bless you with a family, things like that, good health, family, stuff like that. And he blesses you with old age, with good health, with happiness. But you gotta be patient. You cannot rush your blessings because God does not rush good things. So what we do is we rush into things. We rush into marriages. We rush into jobs. We rush into things. We think like other people are living, uh, like other people are way ahead of us. We are left behind. Like for me, I always had that fear of being left behind, like in life, like things just like being left behind. Like my peers have gone, they haven't had an education. I don't have an education, or they are getting married, I'm not married. They have kids, I don't have kids. And not that I care for having kids anymore, but I always felt like I'm afraid that I'm being left behind in life. Other people are hitting milestones that I'm not hitting. You know, people like when my friends started getting a boyfriend, nobody was even writing me. Like, what the hell? Like, nobody wants me. Like, no, nothing really. You know, it happens, and you think like maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe some maybe like maybe I'm not worthy of these things, but I didn't know that God doesn't that is God's timing. Like this is what I didn't understand. Like God preventing people to come into my life when I'm a teenager, when I'm a young woman, when I'm not able to make good decisions yet. That is protection. That is what I did not understand about the way God works, is that he is patient and he protects you. So when I was thinking, I don't have a boyfriend yet, I don't have even a husband, like those things, I didn't have even the maturity to get those things in the beginning, right? Like I didn't even have the maturity to have those things. So when God is not giving me these things, is because it's kind of like he doesn't want to give me a knife and I don't know how to use a knife because I'll cut everybody and everyone, including me. right? I didn't understand that, and I wasn't patient in life. And I wish I understood that better in life. So if you're younger than me, patience is gold. Patience, silence, and fasting and waiting, that is gold. If you learn that, if you just wait, things will work out. Things don't work out themselves out. You have to participate in their working out, but you can't push things to happen faster. Like, you cannot force people to fall in love with you, right? You cannot force a business to just explode. A, it has to grow. It has to take its natural cycle. And once I realized, like, there are things I really can control and there are things that I cannot control, I started to become more patient, to relax more. And when you relax, guess what? Relaxing is the opposite of stress. So when you relax, you become less stressful. And when you're less stressful, you become more happy, more joyful. You attract things naturally. You are able to read situations better. You are able to move into life with ease. And I was like, this is how things work. I didn't understand that wisdom of God that says, be still, be patient, do not worry, do not fret for nothing. Like, but as I grow older and as I've learned mental health, I have come to understand that. That's why I'm sharing it with you, because we need to share about mental health. We need to know the like what creates good mental health, so much so that it becomes what society is led by, good mental health. Because yeah, a lot of people don't give a fuck about it, and I am pissed. And that's why I started my channel, to do something about it, to talk about mental health and help other people who are not getting this information. When I came to the US, I noticed that everything is monetized. Even advice on how to live a mentally healthy life is monetized. You will have to go to a therapist. And to be honest, I love my therapist. I like her because I am the kind of person who I don't like to share my personal things with my friends, because friends gossip and I like to protect my privacy. I don't like to tell everybody about everything. Now, my therapist is paid, and she is paid to keep her mouth shut. So everything I tell her is not gonna go to anybody, because I paid her to keep the things that I tell her between me. Unless I wanna self-harm, harm other people, kill other people. Oh, hi Bruce. I'm a hot chocolate cutie. I've always been a hottie. The beauty is me. The chocolate is me. Let me tell you, God took his time. God took his time on me. That's why I take my time to do my makeup. Okay. Yeah. Gotta take your time to do your makeup in the morning. Hmm? Yeah, so you don't look like an accident happened. Okay. Here's the thing. What was I saying? What was I saying? Bruce distracted me. Bruce distracted me. No, anyway, seriously, I do pay my therapist so that I don't have to talk. Because sometimes when something happens to you, you want to talk about it. You want to tell somebody about it. You want to vent, right? I feel that when I have a therapist and I know that I'll talk to her in 2 weeks, I'll vent. I have an outlet. I'll tell her, you know what, this happened, this and this happened at work. This person did this. I was like this. I'm like, I have an outlet, and this will not go on into the grapevine, into the gossip, everything. But I let it out. So you have to pick your battles. Like, you know, you're a human being. You know something will piss you off. You know you need to talk about it, but you don't want to be talking about your business. Let's say it's something serious like your marriage, or your marriage is probably tied to your finances and everything, or your work and your boss and co-workers. You have things that you want to talk about. That's why I pay my therapist to talk about those things and to make sure that they're not going around the grapevine. Not everybody is talking about them, because my therapist paid again to zip it, to shut up. But then, these are the things that we need to talk about mental health, about talking. Talking therapy is real therapy. You can't hold it in for so long. You gotta let it out. So for me, like if you see your therapist like 2 weeks, then you have 2 weeks to talk to your therapist. Like, things don't stay in for too long. You have somebody to talk to, and choose somebody compassionate, somebody mature. I wish when I started college, when I was in college, like doing school, I mean, I started talking to a therapist back when I was in my undergrad, but I did not know the importance of just having somebody to talk to, somebody who can counsel you, somebody who can listen to you, somebody who can share your business. I did not understand the importance of that. Um, yeah, and now I do. Now I know that I need to somebody to talk to. Now I don't like talking to my friends about all the aspects happening in my life. Again, that's why I have a therapist, because for me, I don't want my business out there, um or my feelings or my reactions out there. Another thing I came to realize is like physical therapy. A lot of people ignore physical therapy. They don't take care of their bodies. You get an injury, you ignore it for too long, then it becomes like you have this chronic back pain. Now, I understand, like, I have chronic back pain. At this stage in my life, I know I'll be doing physical therapy for the rest of my life, on and off, and on and off, on and off, for the rest of my life. Now, that had not occurred to me when I started doing physical therapy in 2015, that this is going to be a lifetime thing. Most people ignore physical therapy, but let me tell you, if you have back pain, it can affect your mental health. If it hasn't, the small neck pains, the back pains, the sciatic nerve, shit, being in pain like that all the time puts you in a real situation of survival mode. A lot of people don't get it. That's why they ignore going to physical therapy. I'm telling you, it is the worst mistake I ever did. Like, not getting it. Like, it didn't hit me like this is something you will do for the rest of your life, because gravity does not take a break on your back. Gravity is always acting on your spine. It's always trying to compress it, right? And that's why we get shorter as we age, because gravity is doing its magic on your column, your spinal column, and the pain doesn't go away. But you know what you can do? You can make a practice to do physical therapy, to exercise, to work out for the rest of your life as a lifestyle, because it's not getting better. There's no point in your life that you're going to come, especially if you're past the age of 25, there is no point in your life you're going to be like, oh, my back is pain free. I can do whatever the fuck I want. No, it's never gonna happen. It's over. The moment you hit 25, it's going downhill unless you do something about it. Um, so you commit to lifetime working out, lifetime physical therapy, lifetime walking, lifetime hiking, swimming, whatever, lifetime moving your body for good health and taking care of your spinal column. Your spine is everything. Like, your spinal column, it it puts the head in place. It puts your every other body in place. It's very important. Like, some of you are not doing physical therapy. You probably never walked into a physical therapist. I'm like, do you know what you got? Wait for it. I have enough pain in my back, and I do yoga consistently, and I do physical therapy. I walk, I clean my house. You know, I have a standing desk at work that I can sit down, I can stand up, all that, and still I need to take care of my back. And I think like I'm in the top 1% of people who do that shit. Most people don't. Most people don't take care of their body. Yeah, yeah. Taking care of your body, especially when you're in pain, can really help your mental health. Really help your mental health, because pain puts your body into a state of survival, and so it puts your mindset in a state of survival, and we don't want to be in survival mode. We want to shift from survival mode into thriving mode, into connecting. So you gotta do the things that you gotta do with your body. Granted, you still have to honor the fact that nobody comes out of this existence alive, right? We all lose this vehicle called the body. At one point or another, it's going to happen. So there is honoring the body and where it's been and the story that it has and where it's going to lead you, and helping it and trying to live. But I feel at the end of it, you still have to accept that, we come from dust and we are going to go back to dust, and to honor that, because a lot of people are trying to cling into life, you know, when they're supposed to be letting go. Okay, so we are going to get one last message from Bruce, and then we call it a day. We call it a day, and I go to work because this girl likes to make some money. So, ooh, oh, let me. It's getting colder, so I bought this blanket scarf. It looks like a blanket. Doo-doo-doo. See? I'm looking fine. I'm looking fine. Okay. You gotta try to look good in life while you can, while you're still here. I want people, when I die, to say, she was beautiful though. I know, it's vain. But I'd rather people say that than say, like, that girl didn't even care. That girl, that girl, that girl didn't really, my pantyhose, they really, I think I bought a very small size. They need to expand, like, you know, they need to expand, like, to just, like, I thought I could pull them up, but they keep going down. Anyways. Bruce, are you writing a message or not? It looks good, right? I like it too. I think I try to get a jacket like this and then match it. Then really like have a jacket that looks like this. I think you can find it somewhere. They got jackets like this. Okay. Kisses. Mwah. Talk to you tomorrow. And God bless you. Keep up with good mental health. Keep up happy spirits. Laugh about something today. Watch a comedy. Talk to a friend. go for some walk, get some sun, do something good about your mental health. You can do this. It's possible to to shift from survival to creation. I'll let you know when I make it to Phoenix. I was actually in Phoenix some times back, but take care. Love you.